Okay.
All right, so we are out at the Toyota section of the Dallas Auto Show.
Right.
And everybody knows I love pizza, okay? So I begged to start here to show you guys this. This is amazing. This is the fuel cell hydrogen
Fuel cell Tundra Pi Pro.
Yeah, and it is a prototype, but I have to share this with you guys. This is a really cool truck. Like, this puts tailgating on a whole new level, right?
It does, yeah, and it has a couple of really great stories. I mean, the first one is where we are now with the hydrogen fuel cell powertrain. So this is a zero emissions powertrain that comes right out of the Toyota Mirai, which is, you know, the best-selling fuel cell vehicle in the country,
awesome.
Sold in California. And so our engineers took this right out of the Mirai, put it into the Tundra, so that would be a big part of this vehicle. Is literally it can travel around and deliver pizzas to somebody.
That is
and with zero emissions, and it powers itself through this.
That is amazing.
You couldn't power the pizza part of the truck without having the fuel cell.
Like, I need to road trip with this thing. You guys know I road trip all over the country. This would keep me alive, like, on my trips. I just want to show everybody a little bit of it. It's just really cool, the whole process of it. And I love this little Pi Pro. Like, that is so cool.
Yeah, this is like you said, a one-of-a-kind vehicle we created specifically for the SEMA show in Las Vegas last fall, and it's making its Texas debut, which is great because we're headquartered here in Plano, Texas, now, as are our neighbors Pizza Hut.
Yeah, I heard they had a little conversation, the CEOs.
Yeah, our two CEOs had a discussion about 15 months ago at an event they were at, and they both talked about how cool it would be to have a Tundra that actually not only just delivered the pizza, but baked it fresh along the way.
And it even cuts the pizza. It's got a little cutter here.
Yep.
I just think the whole process is
totally robotic.
And everything runs on the fuel cell, the hydrogen.
Correct.
That is
Correct.
Amazing and awesome. And it's got a cooling system, and it has that. So they order the pizza, it goes through the cloud, it cooks it as you're driving.
Right, yeah, this is a prototype, so it's like a proof of concept. But yeah, in theory, that's how it would work. Someone would order it through an app or something like that, and it would show up at their house. You come out, and there it is.
Lunch is ready. Let's go have lunch.
Looks pretty good.
This looks really good, yes. Yeah. Okay, so what else you got to show me? This is cool. Thank you for letting me share this with my viewers. I mean, this is really awesome, especially with what I do, because everybody knows I don't cook. So,
so yeah, we're going to go over and visit the best-selling vehicle in the industry that's not a pickup truck.
Okay.
This is the Toyota RAV4.
Oh, I love the RAV4. That's, you know, like I was telling you earlier, my daddy worked for Toyota for almost 40 years. And he would bring home a lot of Toyotas. Obviously, we all drove Toyotas. And he would always bring, when the RAV4 first came out, I don't remember how many years ago, and he brought one home, and I just thought it was the coolest thing in the world. And I was a teenager at that time, and it was really neat.
Well, it's interesting in the industry now that is almost 7 out of every 10 vehicles is a truck or an SUV.
Yes.
The RAV4 was the first crossover, which is basically an SUV that's built on a passenger car chassis. So you get the benefits of the comfort and the handling of a passenger car, which not all trucks have that necessarily, plus the convenience and the capability of an SUV.
Okay.
So Toyota invented the crossover with the first generation RAV4
of course they did.
in 1995.
That's awesome.
And this is the latest and greatest. Like I said, it's the best-selling Toyota, and it's the best-selling non-pickup truck in the United States.
And they're very roomy. I drive them a lot because, again, I drive all around the country, and I've gotten a few RAV4s to drive, and I'm surprised how much room inside there is. I travel with my 2 little pups everywhere, and so I always got to worry about their car seats in the back. And I say pups, I mean dogs. And they do have car seats, and there's a lot of room back here for them.
There is.
And for kids too. So people who have kids, you know, I have one, he's 23. There's definitely enough room. He's a tall kid and he can fit back here really well. Yeah,
the RAV4 is, compared to that first generation, it is a really big, capable SUV.
It's really comfortable because I know the first generation, it drove a little more rugged. These are very comfortable to drive.
Yeah, like I said, the benefit of having this chassis, and this is an all-new vehicle that just came out for 2019. So it's part of our Toyota Global Architecture platform, so it's stronger, lower, better center of gravity, better handling.
That's awesome.
And to be able to get a vehicle that has great handling and great comfort at the same time, that's what we're able to do with this new chassis.
So is there any new features on the inside we should know about?
Yeah, it's RAV4 is all new this year, and because SUVs and the RAV4 in particular are so popular, we have worked really hard to have different variations for different people's tastes and what the stage of life they're in. So this particular one is a limited. So this is the completely loaded.
Yeah.
It has, you know, all the way from the chrome handles to these really premium
the wheels are sweet on these, yeah.
Leather interior trim. It has all the technologies that Toyota offers, from a navigation, Sirius XM, JBL sound system, which is exclusive to Toyota.
Nice.
Apple CarPlay.
You gotta have that good music when you're out there riding on the road.
Especially on those long road trips here in Texas, where everything is a long drive. So,
oh yes.
So yeah, the Limited has everything you could want.
And one thing I will say, because I do travel around, I do a lot of TV shows, and I have a lot of stuff I have to carry, which is why I drive everywhere. The space in the back is awesome. Like, you guys have some room back there. I can fit all my rolly carts, all my luggage, and everything in there. So these are great as far as space goes.
Yeah, and we sell RAV4 to, you know, at one point it was probably a vehicle that singles and couples had, but because of its capability, now you have people with 1 or 2 kids.
Or dogs.
Or dogs, or both.
Or both.
And a lot of space in the back. It has a great 60/40 fold-down second row, so if you had 3 people but wanted that extra storage,
that's awesome. Yeah.
you can do that. So yeah, SUVs are all about capability and flexibility, and nothing does it better than RAV4.
That's awesome. And I noticed a couple RAV4s going on over there, and they had some really cool features going on the top.
Yeah, do you want to take a look at the Adventure
at
grade? So, yeah, the RAV4, like I talked about, has a very wide section of people that are interested in a vehicle that has this size and capability. It has a great 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine with 203 horsepower.
Nice.
So it definitely can take you and your stuff anywhere you want to go.
Okay, so this is a shout out to my friend Jennifer. We got a road trip coming up. We need this. We're heading up to the mountains, so we need something like this.
This would be the vehicle to take.
Yes.
This is, unlike the Limited, this is our RAV4 Adventure, and the name Adventure really tells you what it's all about. It's for people that go out and do a lot of outdoor activities.
Now 4x4 or all-wheel drive? 4x4.
All RAVs are either, no, this particular one comes just with all-wheel drive.
All-wheel drive,
But RAV does come with front or all-wheel drive.
Awesome.
So if you didn't want that, you get a little bit better fuel economy with front-wheel drive, obviously.
Okay.
So
that comes with it too, right? No.
You know, last year we just started a program with Yakima, and you can now buy Yakima products at the dealership. Yeah, so you can buy this at a dealership.
That is awesome.
So yeah, the Adventure Grade is, like I said, it's just what it's about. It's about people that have a really active lifestyle. They kayak, they mountain bike, they go skiing, they surf. And this is a vehicle that can do all that. It has suspension and wheels and ground clearance that is better suited to taking the vehicle off-road.
And that's important, because we did some hiking through Glacier Park, and there were certain spots that you couldn't get to unless you had good ground clearance.
Right.
And they do ask you that when you're hiking in certain areas, and so this would be perfect for that.
Yeah, that with the all-wheel drive will allow you to get, you know, almost everywhere, really. So you can get way off the beaten path to a lake to fish, or like I said, to kayak. You can be off the pavement for, you know, hours and get where you need to go. But when you are on the pavement doing that long drive, it's a really quiet, comfortable vehicle.
They are very comfortable. Now I'm loving this color scheme. So is this, are they going to have like just the basic red, white, blue and this, or is this like something special for this particular? Yeah,
the Adventure Grade, one of the things available is the two-tone. So this particular color is called Blue Flame.
I like
so you could get the RAV4 in just the Blue Flame, but with the Adventure Grade you can get the white top too. Which adds just that extra little bit of style.
It kind of makes you look stylish
on the road. It has really cool, unique wheels.
I do love these wheels.
Yeah, all the RAVs have unique wheels to their grade.
And what's the size on these?
I believe these are 17s.
17?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I'm real big on the size. I don't know why, but I like to know the size of my wheels, mainly for that clearance thing. And so what else you got going on with this? Because I know you got some Tundra, some Tacomas over there, some Tundras over there. I know that there was another prototype of something over there as well. I can't remember, but we can go look at some of the Limiteds, the Forerunners, and the Tacomas. Okay, let's go check out those.
Let's take a look at what we would call the ultimate Forerunner.
Oh yes. Now these, I got to tell you guys, because I do a lot of four-wheeling. I love being out there on the road. I drove one of these out, and I couldn't tell I was four-wheeling. Like it was so comfortable. It really it handles the ground, the rough ground, really well. And I know they explained everything to me, what causes that, what makes that. I love this voodoo blue. This color is really sweet.
Really popular. Yeah, it's exclusive to the TRD Pro, which is our ultimate off-roading 4Runner.
So for my viewers who don't know, explain what TRD means.
Toyota Racing Development, or TRD, is our performance racing entity.
Okay.
So not only do TRD engineers, certain ones work on our NASCAR program, build the race engines and so forth.
I'm a NASCAR freak, y'all know that.
They also help with our aftermarket parts, so we have TRD aftermarket parts
That's
that
awesome.
you can buy at a dealership.
Okay.
And then we have packages like this one, or specific grades. And we have TRD Sport, which is more of your urban suburban, very cool, rugged style. We have TRD Off-Road, which is a vehicle that has more off-road capability. The wheels, tires, suspension, ground clearance, and that sort of thing.
That's the one I drove. That was
improved.
awesome.
And then you have the Pro. And for us, TRD Pro for 4Runner, Tundra, Tacoma, and now Sequoia is our factory-equipped off-roader.
Okay.
This will go anywhere, anytime.
Nice.
And with the Pro, you get incredible Fox shocks with a rear reservoir, which allows a lot of wheel travel, but also a lot of comfort when you're not off-road.
Okay.
It has multi-terrain select, so depending on whether you're in sand, rock, so forth.
That I loved about it.
You actually dial that in to fit the off-road terrain that you're on, and the power, everything senses that, and you're telling it this is the kind of terrain I'm in, because driving in rocky terrain versus sandy terrain is a lot different.
Well, in Texas, you get all that, so you want to have something like that because you don't know, you are in sand, you are in the mountains, everything here in Texas, so this is like the perfect Texas vehicle right here.
It has a crawl control, which is basically what we like to call it is off-roading cruise control. Nice. So you set it, all you have to do is steer, which allows you just to concentrate on where you want to go. It handles the throttle and the braking.
Okay.
And so if you're on really tricky terrain and say you're not somebody that off-roads a lot just for the sake of off-roading, and you're maybe new to that whole idea, this will help you go places or get you out of places.
So it teaches you as well.
It basically is like having somebody coach you through technical off-roading, because off-roading can be anything from a really flat, easy fire road,
major rock climbing,
all the way to rock climbing. Right.
And up in Amarillo, there's some really good trails up there. This would be perfect up there.
It would, yeah, absolutely. So
that's great.
The Pro is super popular.
If my husband's watching right now, you see this, right?
I'm with you. The Voodoo Blue can't be beat. That's a beautiful
It's a really cool color.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can spot this in a big parking lot or a parking garage.
No more needing to find
your more looking for your car. You can see the Voodoo Blue from a mile away.
That is great. Okay, what are we going to look at next?
Let's see. Well, if you want to take a look at a slightly different flavor,
definitely,
of 4Runner, this is a brand new gray coat that we call Nightshade.
Okay.
So it's based on the Limited, which is our top of the line 4Runner. It's more of the urban suburban, really almost luxury-like 4Runner. And this Nightshade adds a really cool flair from a styling standpoint.
I do like this color. It's very pretty.
You get the blacked out wheels. You get the blacked out mirrors as well. All the emblems are really tonal with the black emblems on the dark gray. It also comes in white and black as well. And then you got specific interior trims that are just for the
that's got leather, right? Going down
It does, yeah. So all Limiteds have leather, but it has special accents and trim.
That's
just for the Nightshade.
One thing I love about Toyota is that it's affordable luxury. I mean, this Limited is, to me, it's pretty luxurious.
It definitely is.
But the price is not bad. I mean it's affordable. And so, you're driving some luxury without breaking your bank. And I really like that. And I'm still on this one though, guys. And so I love this. So explain this to me. There's no window here.
So yeah, 4Runner, when we first came up 4Runner in 1983, it was really unique. It was based on what the consumer was already doing with our small Toyota pickup truck. And putting a shell on it and kind of converting the back. And we decided, hey, this is something we can do ourselves and offer it to people. So 83 is the first 4Runner. It's really been an icon for Toyota ever since.
Did you say 83?
83, yeah.
Wow.
The first 3 years we had it was off-road capable, and we had a solid front axle that could take you anywhere, but it was a little on the harsh side compared to what we have now. These can go off-road and handle the pavement in, like you said, such a nice, calm, quiet way.
They really are.
But kind of one of the hallmarks of 4Runner for a long time has been the the rear window that will go down. So you can do that either from the key fob or from the passenger seat. And, you know, it works really well for a lot of different reasons. If you're going to Home Depot or Lowe's and you have something really long, you stick it out, or sometimes if you like you talk about having your dogs in the vehicle, look how much room they would have.
Well, especially because my dogs are 3 pounds and 5 pounds. That's like a bedroom for them.
This would be a dog's vacation.
It certainly would.
They could hang out the back and to their heart's content. So,
and one thing, you know, you mentioned it, you know, when you go to the hardware store or something, a lot of SUVs, the window pops up or the window pops sideways, and you can't do that. That's a great feature. That really is. I mean, that's very helpful, especially if you're in that industry.
Right. Yeah,
that's awesome.
It's kind of been, like I said, something that RAV4 has been known for a long time.
Right? Yeah. That is great. Right. Okay, so we've got another little adventure truck going on here. I like this.
This is our Tacoma TRD Sport. So it's one of our TRD grades, like I talked about, that we have for Tacoma. And the Sport is not necessarily the off-roaders type vehicle. This is more of the urban, suburban, really cool styling. But obviously we have, you know, kayaks and so forth up top. So the Tacoma, whether it's sport or off-road or whatever.
Like you can do, I mean, it's a truck.
You can still go a lot of places.
And what I like about it is, I mean, the Tundra is awesome, but the Tacoma is just as awesome. It's just not as big. So you can get around to a lot of more places, but you're still driving a truck.
Right.
So you're still that Texas, you know, truck guy or truck girl. Yeah,
and for a mid-size pickup, a non-half-ton pickup, the space and capability.
Look at that space.
You know, the legroom and so forth in the back is really impressive.
And that's
this is not just a back seat for kids or teens. So adults can ride back here just as comfortable.
And I have a son that's 6'2". He'd have no problem back there. Like, that's really good. And a lot of workers and things that, you know, they're traveling around, that's great for them as well. And so now let's go look at that Tundra. I was just talking about it. Sure. You've got a four-wheeler in there. That is some good space back there.
And this is our Crew Max cab. So this is talking about
some space,
rear
right?
Space, yeah. You've got more rear leg room than a lot of passenger cars. Right?
Now, do the seats come up for storage, things like that? Or?
They do. They pop up. We actually, once upon a time in Tundra, we had the fold-down seats.
Okay.
And we listened to our customers, and they said, you know what? We really would find more capability if the seat popped up out of the way.
Love it.
And so our chief engineer, he said, let's do it. Let's change it as soon as we can.
Yes.
And so you can see with both the seats popped up how much room you would have back here, which is really key for a pickup truck owner who maybe doesn't have a locking tonneau cover or a
That's what I was
shell.
going to suggest,
You can put a lot of stuff back here safely, lock it up in your cab, and especially people that use their trucks for dual use, so it's personal use on the weekends, but also for business during
you
the
put your luggage back there. You don't have to worry about it sitting in the bed of the truck.
A lot of times it's tools. It could be, you know,
well, that's true as
something that somebody uses for their living. So it keeps it nice and safe.
I can't get over that this thing fits in here. This is so awesome.
Yeah, it really shows. And this is something you can get as an option to this flip over cage. So
it
helps
holds everything in.
Right. So it pops in and out really easy. If you're not using it, it folds over into the bed. You fold the tailgate up. But it really shows what you could fit in the back of a Tundra. And this isn't even our longest bed.
Really?
This is the 5.5-foot bed.
Okay.
And it comes with 6.5 as well on different
so you
variations
get that extra
of Tundra.
Okay, that's awesome.
So if you had like a double cab versus
you got a little bike going on over there.
So yeah, that's the double cab there, which has a smaller back seat.
Okay.
But you can get a bigger bed from that. So again, it's all about having the flexibility and the variation for our buyers. Is it more important to have a really big cab and not as big a bed, or a slightly smaller cab with a longer bed?
Okay.
So and we have 3 different size beds for Tundra that you can get depending on the size of the cab.
So there's a lot of options out there. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think this was the other prototype I had seen, right? No, this is not it. Okay.
This is actually
here he is. He's behind us here.
Our homage to the to where the Tundra is built, and it's exclusively built globally in San Antonio, Texas.
I know it is. That's where I'm from. So
this is our 1794 grade Tundra, and it's one of our two premium luxury Tundras.
Okay.
So we have one that's a platinum.
This color. Is that like espresso kind
of? Yeah, this is trying to remember the name of it. It's a golden bronze color.
That's nice.
It looks really good on this version.
Look at the seats even go with the color.
So 1794 is the date that the ranch where our plant in San Antonio is now, that's where the ranch that used to be there was founded in 1794.
That's a really cool history there.
And then inside it has a very Texas outdoor theme, very premium leather. The leather seats are is the same leather that we use on the Lexus product.
Okay.
And it has really cool accents, wood grain. You can see it's kind of a beautiful caramel with a suede insert.
That's really nice.
So yeah, the pickup truck public, they're not buying stripped down trucks. This is not the 70s.
Right.
Premium features and technologies are part of what the consumer wants, and this is a beautiful truck for someone who loves the style. And if they wanted something a little bit more, I guess you could say, urban, we have a Platinum, which is a lot of cool black leather.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Really cool stitching. So,
okay.
Yeah, it's again, we're offering options to people.
So as far as the features, as far as the screens and things like that, let me walk around here so I can kind of see. It comes with obviously the phone, is there like a Wi-Fi capability, things like that?
Some of our newest models, Tundra, we haven't had a full redesign in for a little while. We're working on the next generation right now. But yeah, all of our vehicles have Bluetooth hands-free for safety. And you can also have, you can press and hold the phone button, and it will actually, if you have an Apple phone, it will engage Siri. So you can engage Siri without even touching your phone, which is really, from a safety standpoint, something that you want to not do.
And I travel all over the country, y'all know that, and I see so many people on their phones, and it just drives me crazy. I'm like, that car has touch-free. Use it. You know it does. And so what else you got to show me? We got a couple more minutes. I want to share some more things out here.
One thing that is kind of a heritage of Toyota is one of the first vehicles we ever sold in the States is Land Cruiser.
Yes.
The Land Cruiser is a global icon.
It is. It really is.
And this year, we have a heritage grade Land Cruiser for 2020, and that's this vehicle here.
This is a beautiful
vehicle. So it has special badging that is kind of a throwback badging to the old days of Land Cruiser.
I've been a Land Cruiser fan forever.
It has unique trim, these special wheels, this rack on the top, which is standard, and then Land Cruiser is that special full-size SUV that can literally go anywhere.
Yes.
The capability of this between the 5.7 liter V8 and then also the suspension, you could take this on the Rubicon Trail.
So
but
this
when
is
you're driving
out
down,
2020?
Yeah, this is a 2020.
Okay. Waiting list yet? Pre-order?
That is a good question. I know when we first showed this last month, we had a lot of people really excited about this heritage version and I think that really goes to the fact that Land Cruiser has, for Toyota, it was really the first vehicle that had a bit of a cult following.
Okay.
And there's Land Cruiser clubs in the United States, all over the world.
Yeah, I've been looking at some older ones, now I'm like, forget the older. I don't know. I might kind of be interested in this new one. This is really nice.
So on the inside, you're not, by having, the most capable full-size SUV in the market with Cruiser, you're not giving anything away from a comfort and luxury standpoint in some cases.
Yeah, I think it was locked.
I think this one's locked. Probably because it's a prototype.
I know, it wouldn't let us.
It says prototype because it isn't in production quite yet.
Wow.
So. But all leather, all the technologies, a huge screen, everything that we can sell, it has.
That's going to be a hot vehicle. One more year, guys. We can do it. One more year.
So this will be out towards the end of the year when the 2020 models come out. So
that's awesome. So you want to see a few of the cars before we run out of time?
Absolutely.
We got over there? Okay, let's run over there real quick. I know my uncle has a Prius. He's had it since 2005. It's got almost 300,000 miles on it.
Well, good for him. That's
it was the first year I think that they came out, whatever year that was. And
2000 was our first.
Okay, so that's what year
first generation.
Okay, so he's got one of the first generations, and they still drive it everywhere. It is an amazing vehicle. There's so many body styles to it now. It's not just the one, there's so many different levels of it.
Yeah, the lift back is where it all started for us with Prius. And over time, we've added some variations to really meet the customer needs. We had a we went from the Prius to the plug-in Prius, which allows people to plug it in and ride just on electric power, all up to 25 miles in range. So
that's great.
And then this year, the big news for Prius is that we're offering, for the first time, an all-wheel drive, which is going to be great for folks that live in the Northeast and the Midwest.
Yeah, well, and that's where my family lives.
Right.
So, Uncle, you may want to get a new one. That's a really neat, that's a neat feature, because you're right, that hasn't been around, and so that's great for them to offer that. That's great.
Yeah, so for people who really are interested in everything that Prius offers, which is fuel economy, efficiency, and technology, now the all-wheel drive is something that they don't have to say, I would love to have it, but I really need or I want. I feel more comfortable with an all-wheel drive in the snow of Chicago or the Northeast or something like that. So
well, I will tell you, my first car I ever bought for myself was a Toyota Corolla, and then I bought another one in 2008. I love the Toyota brand. It's been in my family forever, and I really, really appreciate you walking me around and showing me what you guys have out here at the Dallas Auto Show. It's going on till Sunday, so you guys come out here, check out all this awesome stuff. Check out that pizza truck. It's a neat prototype. Like, it's just something fun to see, you know, all the different things. Toyota does so much. They have the military involved. I noticed I saw something, you know, with the troops or with the hiring of the military.
Yeah, it's something we do with the Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, so I mean, there's just so much, and again, it's been part of my family forever, so I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you guys for watching me all day today. I've had so much fun doing this. I know there's going to be more to come on Girls Guide to Cars, and so out of here at the Dallas Auto Show, so come, keep watching, come out here, have fun. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so